Well, hello. Welcome to Tarot to a T. Today's reading will be for Earth signs for the month of February 2024. And as you can see, I have already laid out the cards for all three Earth signs. We're going to start with Capricorn. The second is Virgo, and the last will be Taurus. I am cutting back on the in-depth readings for now. I hope it works out for you for the next few months at least, and do keep in mind there's time stamps. And if you like the video, don't forget to please hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I want to remind you, this is my last general announcement, that this is a general reading, so it may not apply to your situation, right? We always have to say that. I've never had any issues, but I just like everyone to keep some perspective on that. So let's go ahead and start with Capricorn. For the month of February 2024, it looks like you're headed on a new start, Capricorn. It has to do with following your heart and what you truly desire with this Ace of Hearts, I'm stuttering. And your obstacle, or what could be getting in your way or causing a problem, is the Seven of Spades. Seven of Spades is about information being revealed that was hidden from you before. My first intuition with this is that some information came to light and has inspired you to get on this new start with this Ace of Hearts. I am going to go ahead and get some clarification on that. But the Seven of Spades could be anything. It could also be an epiphany of sorts, like information you've hidden from yourself or a self-realization. It doesn't necessarily mean it came from some external source, in other words. We also have the Eight of Diamonds. There's a very strong entrepreneurial spirit. I didn't see anything mentioned with these two cards about Pentacles, but this is definitely about your money, your income. It's about hard work and effort being put towards something that you're initiating that's going to pay off in the long run. That's interesting. Maybe it has to do with your work, this new start, and you realized something about your work or something you needed to do differently. The Seven of Spades energy could talk about like coming up with a new strategy or a way to get things done better. I mean, I'm just throwing some things out there. That's not intuition. That's just practical guidance right there. And then we also have the Four of Diamonds. It looks like, so there's some kind of windfall involved with the Four of Diamonds. It's like, honestly, this is kind of contradictory to the Eight of Diamonds, because that's about individual effort, whereas this is some kind of windfall. There's a little bit of a cautionary energy behind Four of Diamonds, not to overspend. I'm not exactly picking out what this could be. I mean, because you have two very different things going on in my mind. You have something on the emotional level, and then you have something on the material level. That has to do with your Pentacles. A windfall. Perhaps, okay, this just occurred. Download. You've been given a windfall, and now you can pursue something on your own. Duh. At the same time, there may have been something going on with your work that came to light and put you on this start to really follow your passion in some way. This could be a very specific story for a Capricorn. This probably won't apply to everyone. I'll just tell you that. Any more cards here before we look at advice? Three of Diamonds. There's some choices to be made around financial matters. It could be how to, not just how to spend. I almost wanted to say that. I mean, it could, especially if you're starting a new business. Like, you have to figure out like what equipment you need to invest in. How you need to set up your business. Is it a sole proprietorship? Is it an LLC? Are you in business with somebody else or not? It's all very non-emotional, honestly. These three cards, but the two initial cards are more of an aha moment, and you're going after what you truly desire. I do think it's about career. Yeah, let's go ahead and look at your cards of advice. Look at that. There's decisions to be made around money, for sure. And however, whatever context that applies to you, Capricorn, it also denotes that you're kind of sitting on the fence about something. So perhaps February is the month where you're going to figure that out. Let's see what else we can get out for advice. Advice, okay. All right. We got the King of Diamonds and we got the Ten of Spades. Holy mackerel. Okay. The reason I say that is because that King of Diamonds could be you. It's about somebody has real mastery and control over a situation or life in general, but there's some mastery around money, abundance. Okay? It doesn't have to be you, but it is Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. That person is very, I almost said shrewd, but I didn't really, well, okay. It may apply to your situation. You're being shrewd. It's not necessarily a negative thing, although it does kind of sound that way. But with the Ten of Spades energy mixed up with that, that's about some devastating ending. This is a very cryptic reading here, honestly. I'm going to try to wrap this up in a neat, tiny package for you, but honestly, I see a huge emphasis on finance, abundance, and money. Obviously, overall, right? With the King of Diamonds is about taking some kind of financial control, and the Ten of Spades is really, truly on the heels of some, like I said, some kind of devastating ending for you. This is like on the level of death. It could be divorce. It could be some major loss. This is about going through a grieving process. This isn't something easy to get over either. It's going to go probably linger on for a while. I'm just going to set you up for that because that's what the Ten of Spades is about. But it does denote the end of a cycle. Some kind of chapter ending. And I see the Seven of Spades energy back over here. I keep pointing to it. Again, is about something coming to light. I don't know if it's like some information came out. I'm not sure if this is relationship or business. It could go either way. Take it how it fits your situation and don't make it fit if it doesn't. But I see some kind of... I'm not getting what the King of Diamonds represents. It's because the King of Diamonds on its own is just about some kind of mastery in finance. Maybe it's because of the windfall back here and the fact that you can be independent now. But there's all these decisions. You got Three of Diamonds twice. That's emphasized. There's still decisions to be made. I don't know. Maybe you're like... you're divorcing somebody and you are having to make decisions about what to do with what you ended up with in the divorce. Could be as simple as that, right? I wish I could go into that further at the moment, but I can't. I gotta go ahead and look at Virgo. So that's Capricorn. We're gonna go ahead and start Virgo. What is going on with Virgo? Oh, look at that. Look at all these new starts. Capricorn had an ace as well. You have the Ace of Clubs. It's a new start in learning some kind of new skill or gaining some kind of knowledge, Virgo. But it's a new start with an ace. Six of Clubs. This is some kind of personal growth going on. Maybe you're going back, I don't want to say back to school, like going to high school necessarily, but you're like back in the mode of gaining knowledge, maybe skill for a job change. I'm hearing that. And maybe it's a completely new, different field, or you're just trying to up your game. But with the Ace of Clubs, you're definitely in this gathering, acquiring knowledge, training. I keep saying skill, but I keep using that word, so I'm trying to come up with other metaphors here to describe what it's about. Any more cards here, though, to describe Virgo's situation for the month of February in 2024? King of Hearts. That's interesting. This is a water sign energy. This is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You could be dealing with somebody who embodies this. Like, I'm hearing like under the tutelage of somebody who's very kind and understanding and has this mastery, because this is also that fatherly card. Somebody who has like a father type of energy. They're strong, right? But they also care about you. And they care about your well-being. You have that nurture. It's like that fatherly nurturing quality around them. I mean, that could be you if you have that water in your chart. I just don't know how. I mean, maybe this is you taking control of your own situation through education in some sort, and that's you taking care of yourself. Huh. Okay. More cards here. Okay. 6 of Hearts. Yeah, this has opened up a lot of opportunities. Whatever you're embarking on. With the 6 of Clubs, again, that's about some kind of leveling up, personal growth. Could very well be an education, but it could also be mental or emotional. 6 of Hearts talks about opportunities in relationships opening up for you. And you might not have met anybody yet. So that's just about freeing yourself up, that energy opening up. So the potential there is for the opportunities to come your way. So I just want to let you know that. If you don't feel like you're meeting anybody or you're in a position to, I understand that. It's opening the potential up for it. Doesn't mean it's already happened. Okay? Advice for Virgo. 4 Hearts, 9 of Hearts. Wish fulfillment, and 4 Hearts is about recognizing that love and support you have, especially around their home. In the context of advice, I would say this is about remembering that you're getting what you want, and you do have the love and support around you. And that you have a supportive home to come back to. Yeah. Because that 9 of Hearts very much is about some kind of... It actually is an ending, because it's a 9. And it's like, I don't know, I mean... If I were in your shoes... You're getting what you want in some way. It's fulfilling a deep desire. And it's all about personal growth and moving forward on this new start. I mean, maybe this character right here is responsible for that. Maybe that's tied in with the supportive environment at home, that king character. It doesn't have to be male, but just somebody who kind of like... they hold the throne. They kind of rule the situation in some way for you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and ask for more cards of advice for Virgo. 7 of Hearts. Wow, big emphasis on emotion. Now the 7 of Hearts is... Let me just absorb this for a second. Because this is about some kind of... It's about some kind of disappointment. I don't know how that would be wrapped up with wish fulfillment. Jeez. It's usually a person that lets you down. So maybe you had like... I'm hearing that you had like the supportive environment and the wish fulfillment, but at the same time, this person has let you down in some way. Perhaps that is what's inspiring you on this new quest for knowledge or skill. This new start. It is in your advice column here, so I'm going to also just put out there's a potential here for you to be let down in some way. Maybe whatever you think this is going to lead you to, it's not going to be exactly what you're hoping for. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news or ominous, but that's kind of what it is, because this is about being let down and disappointed and having a broken heart. Or perhaps the supportive environment you're in is going to disappoint you in some way. Maybe they're not going to support you. Like if you are going back to school, I don't like to say it that way, but maybe they're not going to be supportive of what you're going after for example. Or at some point, they're going to say, okay, you got to go get a job again. Don't know who that would be. This could be your spouse. You know, I don't know what to say, Virgo, but it looks positive for the most part, because you're going to be opening yourself up for all these new opportunities and relationships and personal growth. But on the other hand, you just have this little bit of disappointment, and I don't know how that's going to fit into the picture, but that is in your advice. So I just feel like it's going to be short, something that you truly want to come out of this, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move on to Taurus, because it is time for Taurus. 9 of Spades for February 2024. For Taurus, that's what you're dealing with in February 2024. And we have the 8 of Clubs. Now, this comes out a lot for you, because this is about making a decision. I don't mean to say that Tauruses can be fickle about decisions, but I feel like you sit at the crossroads a lot. This 9 of Spades is about some kind of ending, some kind of loss. Could have been end of a relationship, could have been the end of a job, or whatever. And I think you're in this mode of trying to decide what to do next. And Taurus does like to take their time with things, right? So that kind of makes sense. I didn't mean that as any kind of insult at all. It's just about your being in crossroads energy and the T in the road and not really knowing what you want to do. Let's go ahead and ask for more cards for Taurus for February 2024. 2 of Clubs. There's some kind of communication that needs to happen to restore the balance. I do know, Taurus, that is not your strong suit necessarily. I know some Tauruses aren't great communicators, but it seems to be some kind of stagnancy wrapped up with this, hence also being stuck at the crossroads. Let's see, another card or two here. Okay. But it's very important that you do what you want at this time and follow your heart. This is about a new start. So on the heels of this ending, whatever this 9 of Spades represents for you, you are determined to follow your heart and what you truly want. It is that new start, but there's some kind of communication that's hanging this up. That could be anything under the sun, honestly, and I don't know what that would be, because this is a general reading. General readings do not apply to everybody, and I certainly can't see into the particulars of this. I am going to go ahead and look at your card of advice and ask for, look at that. Oh, you got the 9 of Spades again. So this is being emphasized. Whatever this loss was, this disappointment, this thing you have to let go of, it is behind you. When I see this in the advice, it's completed. It's over. Perhaps that will help you out of this indecision mode. Let's go ahead and ask for another card of advice. Jack of Spades. You're being encouraged to keep your heart open. The Jack of Spades. It's Jack of Hearts. Sorry, you can see it's a heart, right? It's about being vulnerable, having your heart open to what comes next. It's also water sign energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I don't think it's a person, though. I think it's asking you to kind of have that young perspective about what comes next. Not necessarily wearing your heart on your sleeve. I'm not implying that, but just kind of have some innocence about it. Like, don't have any preconceived notions about how things are going to turn out. Again, I see it very tightly wrapped up with the 8 of Clubs and kind of sitting in limbo. Let's go ahead and ask for one more card before we wrap up Taurus. Oh, wow. Jack of Diamonds with the 10 of Hearts. Interesting. It could revolve around some kind of financial situation. The Jack of Diamonds is about being in that... let's start off with, it is Earth energy. It's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but it's about being in some kind of financial situation that you're not familiar with. It's kind of unfamiliar territory. Some financial situation that you're not used to, perhaps, but it's positive because it's the 10 of Hearts is about that ultimate happiness. Again, a major completion with the 10. That's actually ending a chapter in your life. Something is wrapping up. It's like the celebration at the end of something you've worked for. I feel like this is reflecting some kind of positive change in your abundance. If we didn't have the Ten of Hearts attached to it, I wouldn't be sure. But I feel like it is very positive. If it hasn't materialized yet, your advice is saying that this is going to lead to great happiness, whatever that is. The form of abundance, how much it is, what it means to you. It's going to lead to this great happiness. It could have been a relationship we're talking about here, especially with the Nine of Spades. I always see that as being on the level of like a divorce. It could be inheritance as well. Anyway, that's what I got for you, Taurus, and this will end the Earth sign readings for February 2024. I hope you gained some advice and some guidance here today. Please hit that like symbol. It really will help support the channel and keep it going for the weeks and months to come. And if you've been with me before, as I always say, take care until I see you again.